Hello everyone, how are you? And today we are going to learn a new topic from electromagnetism, and that topic is nothing but force acting on moving charge when it is placed in a magnetic field. So I hope that you are understanding all my videos which I have done earlier. If you are not able to understand the concepts clearly, so I request you to please watch the videos which I have done in my YouTube channel, and the channel name is Prashant Physics. If you type that name in the YouTube, then you will get my channel. There you can find many videos. Okay, and today many already I have done videos regarding about electromagnetism. Today I am going to tell you a new topic, and listen, and I am going to tell you some topics which are in inter level also, intermediate also, that you learn. So don't get worried. So just basic things I will explain which are in intermediate, and soon I am going to make a very new video on intermediate. So there you can learn more all the chapters of intermediate class 11th, and you can learn maximum on IIT, JEE and NEET level also. Right? Fine. Today we will learn about magnetic force, magnetic force acting on a moving charge. Okay, moving charge. So this you remember particularly. Okay, so moving charge. And so before that, I think you know that. So get ready with your textbook. You refer in your textbook where you find this topic in your textbook. Then you follow me. Then you can understand it very easily. So in your textbook, in your 10th class textbook, electromagnetism, you will find this topic, magnetic force acting on a moving charge. Okay, when it is placed in a magnetic field. Right? Fine. And if you like the videos, please share my videos, and hope that videos will be very useful for the children, those who are in school level or in college level. Right? Thank you. Now let us see the topic. So magnetic force acting on moving charge and current carrying wire. Okay, this is the topic you will find in your textbook. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand clearly? Okay, fine. Now see here. If you observe in your textbook, there a question is given that stand near a TV screen of the TV, and suppose and the TV is on, and you just put your hand near the TV screen. Then he will ask that find out what is happening, what will happen on your hand. So what you feel any sensation on your skin? Yes, definitely we will feel a sensation on our skin, because see here, assume that this is a TV screen, and we know that whenever the TV is running, the electrons which are present in the screen, they will come and strike the screen, right? So the electrons, we know that they are in negative charge, and the hair which is present on our hand, they are positive charge, and we know that opposite charges will attract each other. That's why we feel some sensation on our skin. That is the reason, right? So that question, for that question you can write the answer. This is very, very important. The dots which are given in your textbook, definitely you will get in the exam. Okay, and next, if you observe, what could be the reason for that? So this is the reason. And suppose if you observe there, suppose if you take a bar magnet and place it near the screen, what you will observe? You will observe that the picture get distorted. Distorted means nothing but disturbed. You will not able to see the clear picture, neat picture. The picture will be distorted. It will be disturbed. Okay, distorted, and it will be disturbed. You cannot see the clear picture. Then what is the reason he is asking? So because actually the reason is, whenever the magnet is brought near the screen, we know that around the bar magnet we have the magnetic field. So this magnetic field will exert some force on the charges which are moving in the screen, inside the screen. Okay, do you understand why the picture get distorted? The reason is very very important question that it may be asked in public exams also. Why the picture get distorted? Because the reason is whenever a bar magnet brought near the TV screen, the TV is, when it is on, the field around the bar magnet will exert some force. Some force will be act on the charges which are coming near the TV screen. So they will experience some force, so they will move away from this magnetic field. So that's why the picture get distorted. That is the reason. Okay, so and next one, suppose if you observe here, and he is saying that is the, if you observe in your textbook, what he is asking is the motion of electrons reaching the screen affected by the magnetic field of the bar magnet? Yes, it will be, they will be affected. So now let us see how we calculate the force. So what is that force and how we will calculate? Okay, so now listen here. Observe, assume that this is a wire. Okay, this is a wire, current carrying wire, and assume that there is a current passing in this wire. I explained you in the earlier class that how to find the direction of magnetic field when current carrying wire, when current when a wire is carrying the current, right? Assume that this is the current carrying. So we use the right hand thumb rule. So I place my thumb in the direction of current. So you observe my fingers, they are going into the board. So here we can say that the magnetic field is into the board, and if you curl your fingers and this side, you can observe the field is coming outside. Into, you can observe this symbol, in to, in means inside, into the board. Here out of the board, the dot represent outside or out of the board. Understand? Now suppose if you observe, and one more thing you need to remember here, one thing is very important. Suppose if you take the same current carrying wire and current is passing here, and this is a magnetic field, okay, around here. How can, so we know that whenever the current is carrying in the wire, around the wire magnetic field is generated, that we use with the help of, we can find with the help of right hand thumb rule. Understand? Now assume that here and this is a magnetic field, here you have a charge and this charge is at rest. If I ask to the charge, what is the, do you experience any force on you? Definitely it will say no. Are you getting my point? Now assume that this is a current carrying wire and current is flowing in this direction, and this is a magnetic field, and here you have one charge, and assume that this charge is moving, and if I ask this charge, just assume, are you affecting any force on you? Then it will say yes. So observe the difference. This charge is at rest. So when charge is at rest, the force, what kind of force here? So magnetic force. The magnetic force will be zero on this type of charges. And here, if the charge is moving, so magnetic force will be act on the charges which are moving. So that's why we have the topic that for magnetic force acting on the moving charges. So this is very important, and this force is called as magnetic force. So you cannot say that the magnetic force will act here and here, because if the charge will not move anywhere, the magnetic force will not act. The magnetic force will act only when the charge is moving. So, and that force is nothing but the magnetic force. So the force will absorb whether charge is moving or not. That is also very important. So that is called as the magnetic force. I think you have understood. Now suppose, let us see the formula for that. Okay, and here suppose the charge is moving in this direction. So what happens? We cannot say the charge will. So assume that this charge is moving in this way, and it experienced the magnetic field and it was moving away. It has moved away. So we can say it was distorted. That is what we have learned in the previous. Just now we have learned. So we have observed that why the picture gets distorted. So this is the reason. When the charge move or come near the magnetic field, it will experience the field exert some force on the charge. So charge will be move away from the magnetic field. That is the reason. Now listen here, we will see the formula. What is the formula? So here the magnetic force F is equals to Q into V into B. Okay. So here listen, force is a vector quantity. Okay, before that I would like to tell you some topics which you learn in intermediate, and that topics are very important even for your IIT and NEET level also. Okay, now see here, in vectors we have different topics: addition of vectors, subtraction of vector, and multiplication of vectors. Multiplication of vectors. See here, I will explain what is vector. Scalar, we have two physical quantities, scalar and vector. Okay? Scalar quantity means a quantity which has only magnitude. Assume that 10 kilogram is a number, that is a value, and 10 kilogram is a magnitude. Vector means a quantity which has magnitude and direction. Suppose if I say that a boy is moving with the speed of 10 meter per second towards east direction, this is called the vector quantity. So vector will have two quantities, one is magnitude and direction. That is a vector quantity. Okay, so vector can be represented. So if it is the arrow, that is nothing but vector. So vector means it has both magnitude and direction. That is a basic term that you learn even in your state textbook also. Now coming to the multiplication of vectors. Vector can be multiplied in three ways that you have to remember. First one is I will multiply a scalar quantity. I said what is scalar quantity? A scalar quantity multiplication vector can be multiplied with a scalar. And second thing, we can multiply the vector with vector. Listen carefully. And third one, a vector can be multiplied with the vector. So now see here, you can find that these both are equal, but there is small difference. When both two vectors get multiplied, we will get the answer, and that answer will be the scalar quantity. Okay, fine. And when two vectors get multiplied, we will get the answer vector quantity. I will say these two, I will explain these two. Okay, so I will upload more videos and I will make videos on vectors, intermediate level, everything. There you will observe, there you will understand easily. Just I will explain this one because this is what we are using over here. So here you observe, here these are two vectors. When I multiplied, I got force. Force is a vector quantity, we know that. Okay, see here, I will consider these two and I will explain this also. Vector, for this I will tell you one example. We know the formula work done. Work done is nothing but force into displacement, right? Here you observe force is a vector quantity. Displacement is also vector quantity. So we are multiplying these two, we are getting work is a scalar quantity. So this is an example for this. So here we are multiplying, and we multiply by using a dot. That's why we call it as dot product also. Multiplying by dot. You know that in mathematics, 1 into 2 is nothing but 2. You can say 1 into 2 is also 2. Both are multiplication only, but the multiplication we are using here dot, and here we are using the into. We call it as this, here we call it as cross product. You have to remember this point, very important for you in learning intermediate physics. So this is what about scalar quantity. Okay, and remember I will tell you the formula also, and I will explain about this vector quantity. So here for this I will give one example, torque or moment of force. I think you have heard about these terms. So we know that what is the formula? Force into displacement or distance. So here torque is a vector quantity, force is a vector quantity, and displacement is also vector quantity. So here also you will observe, so both when we are multiplying two quantities and we are using here into symbol, and that is called as cross product. Cross product, and we are getting the vector, and that is the multiplication of vector. That is what here it is applicable. I am not, don't worry, actually these are not they will not ask in 10th level in your public exam, but I am giving you some topic, some explanation which can be useful for you. So now let us see here. So assume that you have a vector A, assume that a vector, and here you will have another vector B. Okay, do you understand? And the angle between these two vectors is, assume that this is a theta. So now here, coming to the scalar product, if I want to write the formula, what I will do is, so force is nothing but, so for scalar quantity I said work done is equals to force into displacement. That is what you have learned. Now coming for this, for scalar quantity, we can write the formula that when you multiply these two quantities, so I will write like this: A bar dot B bar is equals to, just remember the formula, magnitude of A and magnitude of B into cos theta. Okay, so are you getting my point? This is the formula for multiplying the multiplying two vectors, and we are using the dot product. Now coming to this, here let us see the formula for this for cross product. Suppose these two, and here if I multiply two vectors, that is equals to, I will get magnitude of A into magnitude of B into sin theta, where theta is the angle between A and B, and we know that when we multiply two vectors we get the vector. Here this is considered as magnitude, so we required direction also. For that thing I use n cap. So n cap is a unit vector which gives only direction. Don't worry about all these terms, just for giving a knowledge to know about all this I am explaining you. So here just you remember this formula. So A cross bar B bar. So when you multiply, we are getting this formula, magnitude of A, magnitude of B into sin theta. Okay, the same thing we use even in for this also. That is very important thing you have to remember. Now coming to the above topic. So what you will observe here, assume that here you have a quantity velocity, and this is the magnetic field. So we know that these both are making some angle theta. Are you getting my point? So both are making some angle theta, and assume that I said this is a cross product, right? So what we can write from this, we can write the magnetic force. Okay, Fm is nothing but magnetic force. Later we write it F also. No, don't worry about that. So I will write like Q, magnitude of V, magnitude of B, and sin theta. So this is the formula, because the sin theta we are getting because it is a cross product. So theta is nothing but the angle between velocity and the magnetic field, velocity of the charge and magnetic field. So this is the formula you need to remember. That is what the formula to calculate the magnetic force, where the velocity and magnetic field both are, so theta is the angle between velocity and magnetic field. So these points you have to note down. They are very important, and that will be very useful for you. So from these two we can get two formulas here. So this is however this formula we can say that for magnetic force can be calculated with the help of by charge and multiplying both velocity and magnetic field. And similarly, now here you observe that in the second case, so I can write from this force, magnitude of force can be written as, that is equals to QVB sin theta. Okay, so remember this formula. This is a formula to calculate the magnetic force, which was given even in your, the same will be given in your textbook. Okay, fine. Now let us discuss about some important points, and you have to note down these points in your book. So here, suppose if I ask, when does the magnetic force will be zero? When the magnetic force will be zero, then what you will say here? So remember few points. When the charge is at rest, that you have to remember. When the charge is at rest, nothing but when the charge is neutral, then the magnetic force will not act on that charge. Okay, so here we are identifying, we are learning magnetic force acting on a moving charge. If the charge does not move, if the charge is at rest, what will the magnetic force? Definitely it will be zero. Are you getting my point? Okay, now coming to the second thing. Suppose if the charge, if the charge, okay, if the charge is at rest or if velocity is zero, you can say anything. So if there is no charge, so you can remember like this: if there is no charge, the force will be zero. Or charge is neutral, force will be zero. And if the charge is not moving, if velocity is not there, if there is no velocity, definitely force also zero. That is what I mentioned here. Moving charge, velocity must be there, so that the magnetic force will be act. And similarly, now coming to the third one, if there is no magnetic field, magnetic force will be zero. Yes or no? So if the magnetic field will not there, and next, the fourth one is very, very important. If theta is equals to 0 degrees, I said that this is the velocity and this is the magnetic field, and this theta and this is the angle between both the quantities, that is velocity and magnetic field. So if we know the formula, F is equals to QVB sin theta, and if this angle, the angle between these velocity and the magnetic field will be zero, when it will become zero? So we know that when the velocity is parallel to magnetic field. So when the velocity will be parallel, velocity of the charge parallel, then magnetic force is zero. So nothing but both the charges are moving in this way, in this manner. Are you getting my point? And similarly, even if theta is equals to 180 degrees, if this theta is 180 degrees, then magnetic force will be zero. So what happens there? So we can say that velocity is anti-parallel to the magnetic field. So nothing but, so if velocity is moving in this direction, so the magnetic field will be moving in this direction. Then in these situations, the magnetic force will be zero. So, and for all that, so force depends, and you have to remember that the magnetic force will depends on these cases, and the important thing is it depends even on the angle also. So finally we can say that the magnetic force will be act on a moving charge, on the charge when it is moving, when there is a charge, when there is a magnetic field, when the theta will be 0 degrees and 180 degrees. In this case, the magnetic force will not act. So apart from these, so magnetic force will be act. So that is what we have to remember. So these are very important. Next, we will learn the direction of magnetic force. In which direction the magnetic force will act on the moving charge. Are you able to understand? So if you do not understand, still if you have any doubts, so just you put a comment in the comment section which is given below. And if you like my video, please share it to your friends, and subscribe to my channel, so that you can learn many things, many new things, and you can learn the physics very easily, including the concept, and that will be very useful for in your school level or in your inter level. Okay, and subscribe to my channel and click a bell button, so that you will get new videos notifications whenever I upload a new video. Thank you.